Have you ever noticed your dog suddenly acting like the vacuum cleaner is plotting world domination? Or maybe they refuse to walk past a harmless trash bin, as if it holds the secrets to their demise. If you've ever asked yourself, why is my dog scared? You're not alone. Dogs, as brave and loyal as they are, can have some surprising fears. But here's the thing. Understanding what scares them isn't just about curiosity. It's about building a stronger bond with your furry best friend. Today, we're diving into the fascinating and sometimes funny world of canine fears. Trust me, some of the reasons will have you laughing, while others might make you appreciate just how complex and emotional dogs can be. One common fear many dogs face is loud noises. Thunderstorms, fireworks, or even a dropped pan can send your pup running for cover. But why? For starters, dogs hear at frequencies we can't even begin to comprehend. A thunderclap to us is like a surround sound horror movie to them. Plus, they don't understand that fireworks aren't the universe exploding. It's easy to laugh at a dog hiding in the laundry basket, but from their perspective, it's a life or death situation. The real question is, how can you help? One option is a comforting approach, like swaddling them in a thunder shirt, which essentially turns your dog into a canine burrito of calm. Who wouldn't want that? But loud noises are just the beginning. Have you ever wondered why some dogs are terrified of strangers, even the friendliest ones? It boils down to something called socialization. Dogs that weren't exposed to a variety of people, settings, and experiences when they were puppies may grow up viewing the world as a giant, unpredictable threat. To them, that stranger offering a pat on the head might as well be an alien invasion. And let's be honest, some people have a vibe that even we wouldn't trust. It's not all bad, though. This fear often translates to heightened alertness, making your dog an excellent protector. But don't worry. With time, patience, and maybe a treat or 10, you can help even the shyest dog learn that not all humans are scary. Here's a curious one. Why are some dogs scared of inanimate objects? Think of the classic dog versus vacuum scenario. It's not just the noise, though, let's face it, vacuums are loud. It's the movement. Imagine being a dog and watching this giant, roaring creature chase dust bunnies across the floor. It's alive, right? Or at least, that's how it seems to them. Even mundane things like a plastic bag fluttering in the wind can make some dogs freeze in fear. It's all about unfamiliarity. Dogs are creatures of habit, and when something unexpected enters their environment, their first instinct is to treat it with suspicion. After all, it's better to be safe than sorry, even if it means barking at a rogue chair that's slightly out of place. Let's talk about another surprising source of fear: other dogs. Yep, you'd think dogs would automatically bond with their fellow canines, but not always. If your dog is nervous around others, it could be due to a bad experience, poor socialization, or even their own personality. Some dogs are just introverts. Think of them as the canine equivalent of someone who'd rather stay home with a good book than go to a party. It's important to respect their boundaries while gently encouraging positive interactions. And hey, if your dog isn't the social butterfly of the dog park, that's okay. Not every pup is meant to be the life of the potty. Here's a fear that might surprise you: being left alone. Dogs are incredibly social animals, and many of them suffer from separation anxiety. When you leave the house, your dog doesn't just think you're going to work. They might think you're gone forever. Cue the howling, the destructive chewing, and the soulful, "Why have you abandoned me?" eyes when you come back. The solution isn't as simple as saying, "Don't worry, buddy, I'll be back at 5. Training, consistency, and sometimes even calming aids can help ease their anxiety. It's worth the effort, though, because nothing beats coming home to a dog who's genuinely thrilled to see you, every single time. Have you ever noticed your dog getting scared of something as simple as a hat or a pair of sunglasses? One day, you're just putting on a fedora and suddenly your dog looks at you like you've turned into a villain from a spy movie. Why does this happen? Dogs rely heavily on facial recognition to identify people. When you cover your face with accessories, they might feel disoriented or uneasy because their familiar human has seemingly vanished. The fix is simple. Let your dog sniff the scary item and associate it with something positive, like a treat or some belly rubs. In no time, they'll think of your sunglasses as nothing more than a sign of your stylish flair. Another peculiar fear dogs often have is car rides. For some dogs, the car is a magical chariot that leads to fun adventures. For others, it's a portal to the worst thing imaginable: the vet's office. What makes the car so intimidating? It's a mix of the strange sounds, sudden movements, and unfamiliar sensations. For some dogs, motion sickness also plays a big role. If your dog quivers at the sight of your car keys, start slow. Take them on short, positive trips, like to a nearby park or even just around the block. Gradually, they'll realize the car isn't a mobile house of horrors. Let's not forget how some dogs are scared of stairs. It's hard not to chuckle when a big, tough dog freezes at the sight of a staircase like it's Mount Everest. But for many dogs, stairs are a puzzle they just haven't figured out. Puppies, in particular, struggle because they lack the coordination and confidence to tackle the challenge. Older dogs might avoid stairs due to joint pain or poor vision. Either way, patience and training can help them overcome this fear. Start with one step at a time, literally, and reward their progress. Eventually, they'll master those stairs like pros, or at least make it halfway up before demanding you carry them. One fear that gets overlooked is the fear of being scolded. Dogs are incredibly attuned to their owner's tone of voice and body language. If they sense disappointment or anger, they might cower, hide, or even exhibit submissive behaviors like rolling over. While it's important to correct unwanted behavior, harsh reprimands can create anxiety. Dogs don't always connect your scolding to the action they've just done, so they might just end up confused and scared. Positive reinforcement works wonders here. Instead of focusing on what they did wrong, reward them when they get it right. It's a win-win, a happy dog and fewer chewed-up shoes. Speaking of odd fears, ever seen a dog freak out over a reflection or shadow? To them, these moving shapes are mysterious creatures. A dog chasing a shadow or barking at a mirror isn't just funny. It's a reminder of how their perception differs from ours. Dogs don't always grasp the concept of reflections, and a shadowy figure moving along the wall can seem downright supernatural. The best way to handle this is to calmly show them there's nothing to fear. A game or distraction usually does the trick, and soon enough they'll ignore those pesky reflections entirely. Finally, some dogs are scared of water. Whether it's bath time or a dip in the lake, water can seem like an intimidating, slippery abyss. This fear often stems from a lack of exposure or a negative experience, like getting accidentally splashed. To help your dog get comfortable, start small. Let them explore shallow water or a kiddie pool. Reward their bravery with treats and praise. Before long, they might surprise you by jumping in with enthusiasm, or at least standing in the tub without giving you the sad, betrayed eyes. After all, every dog deserves to feel safe, even when it comes to conquering the great unknown. And now for one of the quirkiest fears, slippery floors. Yes, you read that right. Many dogs are terrified of walking on tile, hardwood, or any surface where their paws don't grip well. It's not just because they're clumsy, though some certainly are. It's because slipping is a loss of control, and dogs instinctively know that falling could mean danger. Watching a dog tiptoe across a kitchen floor like it's a minefield can be hilarious, but it's also a reminder of how sensitive they are to their environment. Investing in some non-slip mats or paw grips can make a world of difference for your pup's confidence. Ultimately, every dog's fear has a root cause, whether it's instinct, lack of exposure, or a past experience. What's amazing, though, is their resilience. Dogs have an incredible ability to overcome their fears when given the right support. They look to you, their favorite human, for guidance and comfort. So the next time your dog cowers from a harmless object or seems hesitant about a new experience, remember, they're not being difficult. They're just navigating the world the best way they know how. And isn't it kind of heartwarming to know that they trust you to lead the way?